Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for stopping back by. I just wanted to do the thing to do this week, which is give my reaction to the new Spider-Man trailer. I thought the trailer was really good. This is not going to be my first time seeing it. I've actually watched it quite a few times, but I'm just now finding the time to actually do a little reaction on it. So I'm going to go ahead and play it and maybe point out some things that I found interesting about it and a couple little I am very high on the trailer. I think I'm with the consensus of people that like the trailer a lot and are looking forward to the movie. There are a couple things I was slightly disappointed in. Has nothing to do with the trailer or the way it's put together or anything like that. It's just some of the story elements that are going to be involved in the trailer. So let's get it started and I'll get into it. I thought this was a really cool shot. The upside down shot of Spider-Man hanging on to the bottom of the rafter there. Clearly setting the tone here with Spidey kind of lamenting the fact that he has lost his friends and everything. But, actually kind of he's come to terms with it. This is who he is. This is what his life is.
Peter Parker.
Still maybe considering, I'm sure a day doesn't go by that he doesn't consider telling his friends what happened.
Everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker.
One of the things I found interesting, one of the critiques people have had, is that Spidey, at this point is supposed to be, oh, this is a great part.
Suit yourself.
Clever way to work in some curse words without actually working in curse words.
Breaks Peter Parker's heart.
I thought that was Flash Thompson from, I think that he was in Homecoming and Far From Home, I thought. Somebody told me it's a different person. Tom Holland getting absolutely shredded for this.
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles.
I like that he is still,
It can leave the spider
that May is still such obviously a big influence on, not that it wouldn't be, but we are 4 years later. It's nice to see that they're keeping that connection.
Stay out of my way.
People said they really love the Scorpion costume. It was hard to see for me, but what I saw I liked. I mean, it looks like Scorpion.
amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ,
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
friendly neighbor.
It's a good line. All right, so one of the first things that people kind of talked about, or one of the critiques I saw, was that Spidey is using a brand new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, maybe. Is that what they're on? I don't have one, so I'm not really sure of the numbering on these devices. And that he's supposed to be down on his luck. He doesn't have a lot in his life. He's Spider-Man all the time. He kind of that broke Peter Parker that we saw Tobey Maguire play, and how's he affording this phone? Little known fact, but where is it? Every key to the city comes with a free Galaxy Z Fold flip phone. So if anybody that's worried about where Peter's getting his phone from, his phone came from the city with the key, along with lifetime service in minutes. So he's set as far as that goes. It's not money out of his pocket. He has plenty to still run his laundry and pay for his rent. However, he's making money these days. So yeah, that little kind of, I thought kind of little overblown critique that people are offering on the trailer. Obviously, the trailer is going to, let me drop this down a second.
Make everyone forget about me.
obviously the trailer or the movie's going to have product placement. That's just the nature of the way movies are made today. I think the suit looks really good. I love the rippling effect in that first part. These shots just look great. I like the color. I heard somebody say that the trailer looked really gray. I think in these shots here, I think this is a nice, vibrant color scheme that they've got going on here. So here, you've got some muted tones, but you're in a night setting. So I think, wait till the movie comes out, but I think the movie will have, I think each kind of segment of the movie will have its own tone and feel, and that will, be part of the mood of each scene. This was an odd pose to me for some reason. That like hands out to the side and pointing straight down is odd. Um, Again, there's the May scene. Love that. Don't know who's in the chair. Um, I'm going to get into some possible spoiler things here. So one of the big things that I've heard from multiple places is there's a lot of speculation that Sadie Sink, who we don't even see clearly in the trailer, if she is even appears in the trailer, is going to be playing Jean Grey. If that happens, okay, great. Congratulations to everybody that called it. I don't see it happening. If you're Marvel and you're trying to relaunch the next phase of the MCU, if you're trying to get back some of that grandeur of the Infinity Saga after a downtrend with the multiverse saga, why in the world would you introduce Jean Grey or any other X-Men character for that matter in this movie, knowing that on the heels of this movie, we're going to get both Doomsday and Secret Wars, which by all accounts looks to be resetting the universe in some manner. I don't think that there's anybody that really believes that Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and all the old Fox X-Men characters beyond maybe Hugh Jackman are going to be coming back and doing the new MCU X-Men films. So clearly they're going to be bringing new people in for those films. Now, unless they have the cast of the new X-Men film and somehow they're going to play a part in Doomsday and Secret Wars, and so they're going to start sprinkling them in here and, introducing Jean Grey, I guess that's a possibility. I just personally think that it would make a lot of sense for Marvel to do their greatest hits tour with Doomsday and Secret Wars. And then when you get to whatever comes next, whatever the next saga is, the Mutant Saga, or whatever they're going to do coming out of Secret Wars, that's where you kind of try and emulate what you did with Infinity Saga. You give the characters their own platforms, their own movies, and introduce them that way, so the audiences can get to know them before they have to start juggling all the intricacies of how they interact with other franchises. So it may be Jean Grey. If it is, hey, congratulations to those that called it. I don't see that happening right now. The other thing, the other thing that I wanted to mention about this trailer was I had not heard definitively that Zendaya and I forget the actor that plays Ned, that they were definitely coming back for this film. I don't mind them being back, but there was a part of me that really had hoped that those characters were kind of going to be at least pushed off to the periphery. Based on this trailer, they look like they're main parts of this whatever the story is here. And clearly Peter is still hung up on, I shouldn't say hung up, he's rightly so bummed about losing his best friend and the woman that he loves. And so clearly that's going to be a big element in this story. But there was a part of me that was really hoping. I'm a huge Gwen Stacy fan. I even like, I really like Felicia Hardy. I like Black Cat. There was part of me that was hoping that with the events of No Way Home and Peter now being kind of on his own, that would give them an opportunity to explore other relationships in his life. And so I was hoping that maybe we might get the exploration of some of those relationships. on the one hand, it kind of shows how strong the bond between this Peter and this MJ is that even after 4 years, he's still devoted to her and trying to figure out a way to make his life work with her, which is sweet in a way. It's just as a fan of Spider-Man and the various incarnations of Spider-Man, I thought this would be a perfect time for them to let Spider-Man explore some of those other relationships, and then maybe by the end of this next trilogy or these next how many ever films they end up doing, they find a way to bring him and this MJ back together. So I don't hate it. I just kind of was hoping that this would give them, like I said, the opportunity to do something a little different with it. These shots here, these almost five consecutive shots. We've got this one here, obviously the cover to Amazing Fantasy 15, Spider-Man's very first appearance. I just love what they've done here, where they're taking these classic covers and giving us, reproductions on film of this, even if they're only, brief glimpses of it. I just think that's an amazing. It's obviously a tribute to the artist and the people that worked on those comics and put them together, but it also is, in a way, a tribute to the fans. I mean, Spidey wouldn't exist without those comics, without the fans adoring those covers and those issues. We wouldn't have these films, and I think it's a nice touch to see how they've woven them into this film. I'm kind of on board with everybody else. I mean, it's got to be the hand, right? And if the hand's showing up, could Charlie Cox's Daredevil really be that far behind? There were people that thought that maybe this trailer spoiled the ultimate, how Born Again season 2 wraps up because of the shot of the key of the city and inferring whatever you want to infer from that shot. I don't know that that's necessarily true. I don't think it's a law that every key of the city has to be handed out by the mayor. But even if this does continue, however Born Again season 2 ends, I actually am very happy that they are merging those stories, that they are finding a way to weave the events of the television series into the comic or into the movies in a very real way, so that we're not left with this universe that's all supposed to be interconnected, but really the projects all just play independently of each other. I like that they've brought with Mark Ruffalo, they've got strong ties to the Infinity Saga into this. I know Peter was part of the Infinity Saga, so obviously there's ties there. But bringing in Frank and possibly Daredevil, also I really like that they're making those TV shows matter more in a sense, which is something I think may have hurt the multiverse saga. They were so disjointed. There were so many projects and they were disjointed. You never really got a clear picture of how they all worked together. There was no references to Moon Knight in any other projects. You had two giant Egyptian gods battling over Egypt, yet they weren't even referenced. So hopefully they have a clear path going forward, and this is the start of kind of merging those projects together. I know that they're scaling way back on how many projects they are doing each year, so hopefully that will allow them to then find ways to interweave things together and narratively make a larger story, which I think was one of the main successes of the Infinity Saga. So yeah, other than that, I mean, there's not a lot else I can say that hasn't been said everywhere else. Really good trailer. I hope that we don't get a whole lot more. Obviously, I think we'll probably get one more trailer, maybe when tickets go on sale, which I would guess. So we're looking at July 31st, basically August. So I'm guessing maybe mid-June we might see tickets go on sale, and maybe another trailer at that point. I think that this trailer did the job that they needed it to do. I don't think that they need to do much else to get hype going around it. So yeah. So thanks for stopping by. If you have comments, if you think I'm way off base on my Jean Grey thoughts or my slight disappointment that MJ and Ned are back. I'd love to hear from you if you agree, if you think that hey, maybe I might be onto something. I'd love to hear that as well. And so that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks.